Hey guys, welcome to Channel 2S. I'm your host, Second Soundwave, and today we're starting work on the high-grade Universal Century GM Ground Type. So you've probably noticed that the last Gunpla news video I did was kind of weird, a bit different. I didn't really talk in it. That's because I didn't have time to record a updated audio track for that video, and there was actually some stuff that I wanted to talk about those new kits that I showed in there. But before I talk about that, I want to actually talk about some brand new stuff that just came out over the last couple days. So, starting off with the most interesting one, at least to me, we have new images of the Gundam Vual. Now the Gundam Vual is looking pretty awesome here. We've seen some things about it we've never seen before. Like apparently it's going to have this kind of double-bladed swoopy staff weapon that actually looks pretty awesome. I don't think we've seen that yet, so it's pretty cool to finally see that. I think we have a full view of every weapon that this kit is going to be coming with now. Also, we have some images of the front and back of the kit as usual. And we have a little shot of it here showing the back without the backpack, which is probably not the most interesting thing ever since it is just the, it's the same Gundam frame that pretty much everything else is used. So there's nothing really special to see there. Although they are showing us the arm frame as well. I'm not super familiar with the Astaroth as I have not built mine yet, but from what I can see there, it doesn't look like there's anything super notable about the frame. Next, we have a new reveal of a Gunpla release for a mobile suit that we've known about for a little while now. If you've been following up with the sort of expanded universe of Iron-Blooded Orphans, you'll know there is a mobile suit called the Gundam Dantalion. Yes, indeed, the Dantalion. This is probably the most lightly armored machine we've ever seen out of IBO, and considering how most of the IBO mobile suits look, that is saying a lot. We don't have any actual images of this kit yet, but we only just have basically this one sort of pamphlet that they threw in with a recent high-grade release that basically just shows, you know, hey, we're making this, without actually showing us the kit, sort of like they did with the Master Grade Justice Gundam. So we know we're getting it, we just don't know how good it looks yet. We also have a couple new Premium Bandai reissues coming down the line. The High New Gundam Influx, which was a pretty cool modification of the High New Gundam Vrabe, and then also the Real Grade Astray Blue Frame, which is probably not the most impressive thing they've released for the Premium Bandai web shop, but if you don't want to paint the frame on the Real Grade Astray, and let's be real, who would? That would just be a kind of a logistical nightmare. So, you know, if you want a blue frame, this is actually a pretty good way to go. Also, we have another image of the Master Grade Double Zeta Gundam Verka, and this here is another image of that same resin prototype we saw before, and basically this is just showing how the kit splits apart, as well as a few other things. It's on the screen right now. You can go ahead and pause the video right now if you want to see it. And finally, for the last bit of news tonight, I have something that's going to be very exciting for those of you that were disappointed at the loss of the 1/1 scale Gundam statue, which, by the way, has begun its disassembly today, and then they're going to be bringing it back in 2019. Rumor has it they're going to make it walk. I'm personally very skeptical of that, but if they can actually make it walk, I will be legitimately awestruck. But yeah, they have a new plan for something to replace it, and they're going to be replacing it with probably one of the coolest Gundams out of the Universal Century, the Unicorn Gundam. Now this right here that you see in front of you, this is a piece of concept art, so this may or may not be what the actual statue will look like, but it's basically going to be a 1/1 scale statue of the Unicorn Gundam, which is going to be really impressive to see, because if you're not familiar with the Unicorn Gundam, it's pretty big. It's not bigger than the new Gundam, but it is pretty much bigger than everything else. But yeah, so that's coming in the fall. We're going to be getting that awesome looking Gundam Unicorn statue. So, you know, if you're disappointed, you know, you were going to go to Japan, you wanted to see the 1/1 Gundam statue and you missed your chance, well, if you go in the fall, now you might be able to see a Unicorn Gundam. So as is the case 9 out of 10 times, we're going to be starting our build with the chest. So this big main chest piece right here does have one sticker on it, and that is that little triangle right here. It's really not a big deal. It holds on pretty well. Now, these stickers, on the other hand, these ones I'm not too big a fan of. They were a little confusing to put on, and they don't really hold on that great. And they do give you a nice little border around the gray vents, but I can't say I'm a huge fan of them. But these just go in right here, just like that. Then the shoulder polycaps. And then the back of the torso goes on. just like this. Then the neck joint goes up through the collar, and the whole assembly plugs down onto the top of the chest. These go together. You take this piece, you drop this piece on top of it, and then you pop that little assembly we just made on top of there to make what appears to be the lower body. Yep, that's the lower body. And then we're just going to take this, and this looks like it's... Oh, this is cool. Look at this. So, the socket's here. So you plug it together like this. It's in there like this, but then you can tip it forward and holy crap. That is a lot of forward waist movement. And just do it to the side. Wow. Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome right there. But of course this guy's got to have a head too, so we're just going to pop the visor on here to make that, and then pop the back of the head on just like that, and we have a little Ground GM head, and I'm sure if you want to, you could probably attach this to your Ground Gundam if you wanted to do that for obvious reasons, and there we go. Upper body of a Ground GM. So I was going to talk about some of the things that I showed in the last episode of Gunpla News during this section as I was building the arms, but the more I looked at it, I really couldn't think of anything right off the top of my head that I actually wanted to say about those kits, at least not anything that I don't think I've said already, because I feel like I've talked somewhere about the real grade Quanta Full Saber already, so it doesn't really, I don't really feel like I need to restate that here. And then the rest of the kits, like there's some little minor things I want to say about them, but nothing really that major, so I'm just going to continue on with this build. So, shoulder. Basically just take the polycap, you stick it in here, if you can get it in there, come on, there we go, okay, and then other half of shoulder goes like this. And of course you can stick some marking decals on this shoulder if you'd like to, but I'm just going to go ahead and attach an arm to this shoulder. So, we're going to take these three pieces and stick them together just like that, and then stick this piece over the top to seal the whole joint off. Then we are going to take this piece, and this goes this way. Yes, it is this way, and then this one goes on this way, and there's some really nice detail in this arm that I hope you're able to see, because my camera does not like focusing on white things when brightly lit. So this is going to go on here like this. Yes, like that. And then this is going this way, yeah, maybe? Yes, this goes on this way. Shoulders right here, and you just stick them together like so. And then there's this little piece right here. And this is where things get interesting, because they showed on the box that this guy has some kind of crazy new wrist joint. So it looks like you clip this on here, you clip the hand in here, you pop it back on that hand so it's not just an empty set of fingers going to nowhere, and okay, I mean, this doesn't seem to be a whole lot of improvement to me at least, but he's got some enhanced movement. I'm not seeing a lot of improvement here though, so I'm a little disappointed. I was kind of expecting a little more out of that fancy new wrist joint they showed off, but this is just going to pop onto his shoulder. So now to just speed through the other arm. And there we go. And you know what? I am having so much fun with this kit that I am going to build a backpack right now too. So this is going to be very quick and easy. It's just 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 pieces. So front part of the backpack, back part of the backpack, and then a couple little thruster nozzles that are going to go inside. just like that. Boom. Right together, like that. Thruster 1. Thruster 2. And done. And you know what? That was so easy, I think I might even build a little bit more of this guy tonight. Like his open left hand. Or his waist, which will take significantly longer than the hand to build. But not too much longer than the hand. Guys, there's something on this guy I didn't expect to see. They mentioned in the manual that this guy's ammo clips for his weapon are stored on his hip skirts. They're actually separate pieces. There are actually separate ammunition magazines on his side skirts. That is so cool. Are these the same ones on his gun though? I had to check that. I had to check that right now. That looks like the exact same piece. That is so cool. And these are just going to go right on here. Just like this. And then... So usually with the front skirts there's some kind of backing piece you put over here, but instead on this guy it looks like there's just two little indentations and you just rest the balls over that. And then it looks like you just put the front piece over that. So I didn't actually separate the front skirts on this guy, but in this case I'm actually glad I didn't, since that would have made this step a little bit more annoying, and I'm actually not sure if this would, if you could even really separate the side skirts in this guy, because it seems like they might loosen up a bit too much if you did that, but I don't know, maybe I'll try separating them once I got this whole unit together. So, looks like this goes back here, like this. And if you want to, I'm guessing attach, it looks like this, yeah, this is probably for the bazooka, so it looks like you can take the bazooka clip and clip it back there if you want, but I'm just gonna keep this standard, keep it vanilla, and stick it right here underneath his torso, which is coming together pretty nicely. So we basically got his entire upper body and his waist, so pretty much that just leaves the legs and weapons, which I'm gonna save for tomorrow just because it is getting a little late, and while I do want to continue building this guy, I also got to get this video edited together and up on the internet for you guys to enjoy. So of course we're going to have to end the video right here. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you're new to Channel 2S, basically I do all sorts of Gunpla related videos. I do news, I do reviews, I do unboxings, I do build videos like this one you just saw. They're all pretty fun, and if you're into that sort of thing, I would recommend subscribing right about now. And as always, I'm your host, Second Soundwave, and I'll see you next time.